Welcome to JetBlue Park at Fenway South. We'll be dodging the raindrops tonight as the tarp has been on and off again. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Boston Red Sox in Grapefruit League action. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, Jerry, tonight the Red Sox have yet another different-looking lineup. It's really tough to get a gauge on what the lineup is going to look like on opening day.
Oh, you're exactly right, Don. You know, most of the time in Boston, the writers and everybody wants to know what the lineup's going to be. They want to know early. They want to know who the opening day starter is. And to this point, Bobby Valentine has given no indication on either. We look tonight, Mike Aviles leading off. And what he's trying to do right now is get the guys that are going to be playing every day for him the most at-bats as he possibly can here early in the spring. I think when we get toward the end of the spring training, I think we'll see more of a lineup shape up. Also with the starting pitching, he will not name an opening day starting pitcher. You know, a lot of times we know that Beckett's going to be it or John Lester. He has not said that so far. As a matter of fact, he went as far to say today, maybe I'll be the last guy in the American League to name a starting pitcher. So that's the way this kind of camp has kind of gone so far. So if you're waiting for a lineup or an opening day starter, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
This we know. Tonight it'll be Clay Buchholz on the mound for the Red Sox. We'll have a delayed start, a 7:15 start time, but we're back with more right after this. By Finagle a Bagel. Finagle a Bagel, all natural, kettle boiled, and hand baked in rotary ovens. Available in Finagle's Boston area cafes and in grocery stores throughout Red Sox Nation. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture, the official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Your New England Chevy dealers, Ace Ticket, and by Bob's Discount Furniture. Well, we're going to be a little bit delayed here tonight from JetBlue Park at Fenway South. The rains came and went, and the tarp has been on the field 2 or 3 different times already tonight. And they are expecting more showers in the area as they work on the infield. We're told it'll be about a 7:15 start for tonight's game between the Red Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Red Sox have full schedule still of Grapefruit League games to go, just underway. Really, Tampa Bay here tomorrow night on Nesson. We'll be with you Sunday from Sarasota. The Red Sox and Orioles on Sunday. The Red Sox will then be taking on the Yankees at Tuesday. We have action for you that final week of spring training against Tampa Bay, Toronto, New York, and Philadelphia. Red Sox with plenty of home dates still down here at JetBlue Park at Fenway South as they break in this brand new ballpark. So far this spring has been very good weather-wise. We're running into a little bit of trouble here tonight weather-wise as they have some ceremonies on the field right now celebrating the Boys and Girls Clubs of Lee County. Well, throwing on the side today was Andrew Bailey. And Bailey, who is, of course, the new Red Sox closer, getting closer to seeing his first game action. That'll be on Monday. And we'll see him get the start on, or actually he'll appear in the game on Monday. But it's time now for the Bob's Discount Furniture Inside Word. Pitching coach Bob McClure on the closer, Andrew Bailey.
Very accurate, very aggressive, and very good. his thing has been health. You know, he hasn't been able to stay completely healthy, and so hopefully he threw BP today, and then he'll have a couple days off, and then he'll throw on Monday in a game, and we'll just kind of monitor him because the closer's a pretty important guy.
Yes, he is.
So that being said, you know, we know he can pitch, we know he can close. We just want to get out of here healthy.
Well, last year, of course, injuries was a problem again for Andrew Bailey. 24 out of 26 saves, though. He was good when he was in there. 42 total appearances last year for the Oakland A's, a team that had a tough year. 3.24 ERA. 12 walks to 41 strikeouts. And, Jerry, I guess the real question mark heading into the season. I mean, you're replacing Jonathan Papelbon, who was so very successful here for a long time.
Well, that's certainly a tall task. There's no question about that, Don. But Andrew Bailey's a guy that can do it. We've seen him do it with the Oakland Athletics many times against the Boston Red Sox. As Bob McClure said, the thing is staying healthy. And, you know, when you think of spring training, all a relief pitcher or closer really needs is about 7 appearances, and probably 7 appearances of 1 inning, and that's probably what he's going to get if things stay on schedule right now for Andrew Bailey. And you know, the sooner he gets better, the better for the ball club, obviously, because they can get the work in down here if they want. But they're not real concerned about the setback at this point in time because he is the closer, and he's only expected to pitch 1 inning.
Well, the Red Sox and Pittsburgh Pirates getting underway. We're back with more from City and Pumps or JetBlue Park at Fenway South instead right after this.
Held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars the rule the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Jesse. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our first pitch ceremony. Our honoree this evening is a 66-year-old originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and currently a resident of Fort Myers Beach. A proud supporter of the Boys and Girls Club, please welcome to deliver tonight's ceremonial first pitch, Lou Santoro. Catching is Will Middlebrooks. All right, Lou, let's see a pitch. Oh, that's a strike. Nice job, Lou Santoro. Fans, the umpires for this evening's game: at home plate, Jeff Gosney; at first base, Brian Onora; at second base, Fielden Colbreth; and at third base, Marvin Hudson.
Nice job.
And finally, to say the two words we all love to hear, please welcome back the proud members of Lee County Boys and Girls Clubs.
Play ball!
Well, speaking of playing ball, of course, we had a lot of fun down here with Jordan's Furniture's Red Sox Live, and a lot of the players had a lot of fun too. The shootout competition that was held here every night during the first 2 weeks of spring training. John Lester, one of the first to go, and John did a pretty good job. So did Kevin Euclid, Carl Crawford, Kelly Shoppick involved. But what it came down to was, well, Dustin Pedroia and Dylan Pedroia, who got involved also, but it came down to Ryan Sweeney and Darnell McDonald in the last playoff, and it came down to the last shot. And Darnell needed to make the last shot in order to get there and couldn't do it. And Ryan Sweeney became first shootout champion. Jordan's Furniture on Red Sox Live down here in spring training. So a lot of fun. A little bit different from what the players did last year. They had the golf shootout last year. It was a little different.
Congratulations to Ryan Sweeney. I got to tell you, Don, I was here for the Jason Veritek retirement, and I saw Tom Caron. It's 16 in a row.
Wow. So maybe TC should have been in the competition.
16 in a row. And what the key was hitting the backboard, because the backboard, it seemed like, softened everything up.
Automatically goes in if you get to the right spot in the backboard.
Exactly. And TC figured that out, and it's 16 in a row.
Yeah. He was very, very good, but he was not in the competition.
He was not.
Maybe he will be next year. Now, the Pittsburgh Pirates are invading here as it is raining as they are exchanging lineups at home plate. It's feeling it's going to be a lengthy evening here tonight from JetBlue Park at Fenway South, as the rain has been on and off since about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Pretty good storm made its way through, and then the tarp was on. And the tarp coming off here, about a 15-minute delay. And we're going to start here, it looks like, in a light rain at the very least as we get started here tonight. The forecast is 78 degrees, very comfortable, but the forecast is showers, and tonight goes on. It's supposed to get a little bit worse from about 9 o'clock on. These showers are to continue.
So right now, Fenway South looks a little bit like Fenway North.
Yes, this is getting us in tune for the regular season. If it's anything like last year, we spent a lot of the year watching the tarp go on and off. The umpiring crew getting ready as Jeff Gosney will have the plate tonight, calling the balls and strikes. Marvin Hudson, Fielden Colbreth, and Brian Onora will be moving around the infield. And as they take a look at the ground rules here, look at the umpiring crew. And very similar to Fenway Park, as you might imagine. Same nooks and crannies all the way around, with the same characteristics. And wall is 3 feet higher here. And fans, of course, sitting inside the Green Monster now here at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. Not a bad spot to be, actually, inside the Monster. At least you're covered.
They have the netting that's in front of it. Of course, the ball is in play off the netting. And if it goes through the netting, it's a ground rule double. So a little bit different rules here at this ballpark here in Florida.
So the Red Sox take the field. And as they do, let's check out the Pittsburgh Pirates starting nine. Jose Tabata is in right field, leading it off. Clint Barmas, the former Rocky, at shortstop. Andrew McCutchen in center field, bats third with Garrett Jones at first base. Nick Evans is the DH. Pedro Alvarez at third base, bats sixth, with Brandon Boggs in left field, batting seventh. There's Eric Fryer doing the catching, batting eighth, and Jordy Mercer is at second base. He bats ninth. On the mound tonight is Clay Buchholz. Last year, before he was injured, 14 appearances, 6-3 his record, a 3.48 earned run average. He logged 82 2/3 innings. Earned a win in his first spring training start as he went 2 innings, walking 2, striking out 2 on Monday. That was at Minnesota, and did not end up going more than 2 innings. Expected to go 3 tonight. As the starting pitcher is brought to you by New Balance, the official footwear and apparel sponsor of the Boston Red Sox. New Balance, let's make excellent happen.
And let's look at the defense tonight for the Boston Red Sox. Kevin Youkilis will be at third base. Mike Aviles, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Lawrence Anderson, the first baseman. Left to right, Josh Kroger, Cody Ross, and Ryan Sweeney. And Kelly Shopik doing the catching for Clay Buchholz.
Well, Jay, if the Red Sox can go anywhere this season, it's going to come down to their big 3 starters, Lester, Beckett, and, of course, Clay Buchholz, and he's got to be healthy.
Yeah, Bobby Valentine was saying today that probably 3 innings tonight for Buchholz, obviously depending on the pitch count. Would like to see him use his sinker, his curveball, and his changeup in the ball game tonight. You just hope this rain stops right now and does not get any heavier. It made things dangerous right now.
Bobby V taking care of some of his guests with an umbrella. Very courteous host.
And where did he get the umbrella from?
I don't know.
Did he carry around in the dugout with him?
Wouldn't need it for the walk from the clubhouse to the dugout.
No.
Jose Tabata coming up here for the Pirates to get it started. Tabata 266 last year, 4 homers and 21 runs batted in. Pirates were a much improved team last year under Clint Hurdle. And there's a little bit of excitement last year in Pittsburgh for the first time in a very long time. And of course, Red Sox had the chance to see them front and center last year as we visited Pittsburgh. Strike one from Buchholz and we're underway. Tabata, Barmas, and McCutchen bat here in the top half of the first inning for the Pirates.
That's a 2-seam fastball right there we were talking about from Clay Buchholz. It runs back in on the hands of the right-handed hitter. And, of course, tails away from left-handed hitters. A little bit high that time, a little bit inside.
Fouled off to the right, and it's 1-2. A chance to sit down with Bob McClure today and talk a lot about his pitching staff and is getting used to Boston. You can see it on Nesson Daily tomorrow night, and talking about all the adjustments he's had to make. And again, the 3rd pitching coach for the Red Sox in the last 3 years. So the Red Sox pitchers are having to adjust to him as well. He's chopped to third. Youkilis a step back. The throw is good. There's one down.
A good sign right off the bat for Buchholz. Get that 2-seam fastball down, get a ground ball to the infield, and Youkilis takes care of the rest. Ball's going to be down and in on Tabata, and he chops it right down on the ground, right down to third base.
So Youkilis make the play at third when he's done tonight. He'll be chatting with us live from the dugout. One of the neat things we can do during spring training. We've talked to quite a few players already in first 3 broadcasts of the year. Pitch in there for a strike to Barmas. One of the newcomers to the Pirates. Rod Barajas, Clint Barmas, Eric Bedard. Along with you, Michael Navarro, 2 former Red Sox. Nate McLouth. And Gustavo Nunez, new to the Pirates. Barmas, formerly of the Colorado Rockies. Played for Clint Hurdle there before, now playing for Clint Hurdle again. Just inside for Buchholz.
Buchholz shaking off 3 signs from Kelly Shopik. Wanted to go back to that fastball inside.
Trying to come back in again. And this is in the dirt. 2-2. Not only is the pitching coach Bob McClure learning the pitching staff, but so is Kelly Shopik. He was, of course, former member of the Red Sox, but most of the guys that he worked with are gone. And of course, playing for the Tampa Bay Rays last year, catching Clay Buchholz tonight. And Bobby Valentine's been pretty honest about it. He really does not want to have a personal catcher set up at any point. Wants to stay away from that, so everybody's going to catch everybody. 3-2 is into left center for a base hit. Barmas with a pretty good at bat. Got a 1-out single.
Nice job right there by Barmas on a 3-2 count. He gets a changeup from Buchholz, and a pretty good changeup. He'll go down with it, able to make the solid contact right there and take it up the middle for the base hit.
So 1 out, 1 on for Andrew McCutchen. Pirates star and center fielder batting third. 259 last year, 23 home runs, 89 runs batted in. Played in a lot of games, all but 4. And McCutchen's going to be with the Pirates for a long time now. Still just 25 years of age, first round pick. He's an all-star last year. This will be his 4th season in Pittsburgh. Looked like he went around, and he did. Trying to hold up, could not.
And once again, you can see trying to bury him inside with that fastball, and Buchholz does get it done. Clearly the head of the bat across the plate. There's that 2-seam fastball again from Buchholz inside on McCutchen. Change up from Buchholz. Even here in the first inning, he looks much more comfortable than his last start out, which is to be expected second time around.
Especially after the long layoff last year, finished last year. There's Anderson holding on Clint Barmas at first base. 0-2 the count. Time called late. Buchholz stops his delivery and awkwardly came off the base of the hill.
That's one of those where the umpire did not have to give time to the hitter because it was so late, and Buchholz just about ready to deliver the ball.
To right center, and this will get in. Ryan Sweeney runs it down as Barmas heads for third base. Solid single for Andrew McCutchen into right center. And all of a sudden, Pirates have runners at first and third with 1 out.
Well, we see McCutchen tonight in the number 3 spot. That's probably where he'll hit during the season, in the 3 spot in the batting order. Hard line drive hit out toward Ryan Sweeney. And a little first and third action for the Pirates right here in the first inning.
Well, Garrett Jones batting behind McCutchen tonight. Has a chance to do some damage here in the first. 1 out, 2 on. Jones' numbers from a year ago: 243, 16 homers. Jones 30 years of age. Started with the Minnesota Twins. This will be his 4th season coming up with the Pirates. Also the quick check on McCutchen at first base. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. McCutchen at first had 23 stolen bases last year. His career high was 33 the year before in 2010.
And that's why he's getting some attention from Buckholz over there at first base. They want to keep that double play in order to try to get out of the inning.
Buckholz staring down on his landing foot there briefly. A little slippage there. 2-1.
That's a couple of pitches, Don, that he's taking a peek down after his delivery to home plate. And I don't know if he's checking where he's landing or if it is a little bit slick out there because of the light rain that fell.
Chop towards second base. Pedroia will tag McCutchen and fire to first for a double play. Run scores in the back door, but the Red Sox will take that exchange if McCutchen was out, but he is not out. He's going to be safe at second base. Apparently Pedroia didn't get him on the way by. He's able to elude the tag, so just the out at first.
It looks like Dustin waved at him and he was able to jump right out of the way of it, still in the baseline, and then the throw to first base to get the out. He did not run outside of that 3-foot area as he was avoiding the tag from Dustin Pedroia. Buckholz, of course, wanted the double play but didn't get it.
So McCutchen at second. Evans lifts a fly ball out to left center field. Center fielder Cody Ross is out there to make the catch. The Pirates get a run. Red Sox are coming up. 1-0 Pittsburgh on top of Boston. Red Sox come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. It's Mike Aviles leading it off for the Red Sox. Chiron Martiz on the mound tonight. Pitched at AA Harrisburg last year in the Pirates organization. 133 innings. Runs one inside to Aviles. Sharply hit, but down the line to Alvarez. Throws across to get Aviles. First out here of the first inning. Let's check out the rest of the Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. We saw Mike Aviles at short. It is Kevin Youkilis at third base. Dustin Pedroia at second base. Bats third with David Ortiz at DH. Ryan Sweeney is in right field with Cody Ross in center batting sixth. Kelly Chopik does the catching, bats seventh. Lars Anderson, first base eighth, and Josh Kroger in left field bats ninth. Again, Kevin Youkilis will be joining us when he comes out of the ball game today. Youkilis takes the ball, and it's 1-1. Youkilis batting second in the order. A little pop-up flared into shallow right, and it's going to fall. Tabata coming from right, Mercer from second, Jones from first. Nobody gets there, and it falls in for a one-out single for Kevin Youkilis.
Well, I'm sure that's not what Kevin Youkilis had in his mind. I saw him take batting practice today, and he came back and he said, man, that was a good batting practice. I feel good tonight. Well, a little slice for him right down that right field line to pick up the base hit. Lands between the first baseman, second baseman, right fielder.
You make a decision, can you?
1 out, 1 on. Dustin Pedroia about to stand in. Pedroia 307, 21 home runs, 91 runs batted in last year, 159 games, and he bats third in the order tonight. And Jerry, we talked about it off the top. It is tough to get any kind of gauge as to what Bobby Valentine's lineup is going to look like at all.
Yeah, I don't even think Bobby Valentine knows what it's going to look like right now. You know, he's just right now trying to get his guys at bats. His everyday player, get him at the top of the lineup, get as many at bats as possible, 3 or 4 per game, and then get him out of there.
And the check swing foul out of play, 2-1. Mike Barnacle will be joining us in the top half of the third inning and talk about 100th anniversary of Fenway Park. David Ortiz been a part of that history as he waits on deck. That'll miss, and Pedroia's ahead 3-1.
Ortiz not one of those guys that's expected to be in the starting rotation for the Pirates this year. One of the guys expected in the rotation, Eric Bedard, who was with the Red Sox last season.
This one skied foul off to the right, not a play, full count. The Pirates had hoped to have A.J. Burnett part of their staff this year, but he's injured during batting practice. Fractured orbital bone that is going to set him back a ways. And Yankees had too much pitching depth, and A.J. Burnett did not fit in New York's plans, at least in 2012. The additions they made, including Michael Pineda. Popped up. Foul ground Garrett Jones over by the Pirates dugout. A stagger step as he makes the catch, 2 down.
Let's look at the defense for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pedro Alvarez will be at third base. Clint Marmas the shortstop. Jordy Mercer at second, and Garrett Jones the first baseman. Left to right, Brandon Boggs, Andrew McCutcheon, and Jose Tabata.
and Eric Fryer doing the catching for Matisse.
Well, Clint Hurdle did a very nice job last year in his return to being a skipper after, of course, being with the Colorado Rockies and having success there. Losing the World Series to the Red Sox in 07, but last year a very good year. And again, Pirates fans were excited for the first time in a long time last year as they had a pretty good season. As David Ortiz takes strike one. Look at David's season a year ago, just shy of 3,100, 29 and 96 home runs and RBIs. Avoiding arbitration and agreeing to a one-year deal. I didn't like that strike call. It's a little frustrating for Big Papi. He certainly wanted a longer-term contract based on the numbers that put together last year, but still did pretty well financially for the 1 year.
Did very well financially for the 1 year. I would take that kind of money for a few years. Split up.
Right side shift on. Mercer's throw is a long one, and it gets there in time to get David Ortiz and to end the first inning. Pirates have a 1-0 lead after one. The popular double play packs are now available for the 2012 season. Create your own unique package with seats for 2 great games. Pair a day with the Yankees or an exciting summer weekend game with an early season game in April or May. Get your double play packs tickets at redsox.com/doubleplay. Now, Red Sox Nation enjoying Fenway South here tonight, even though the raindrops have dampened it a tad. Got about a 15-minute rain delay here to start the game tonight. Pirates take a 1-0 lead into the second inning. Nick Evans, Pedro Alvarez, and Brandon Boggs. Alvarez in 74 games last year, 191 average.
Good curveball thrown there by Buchholz. I believe the first one that he's featured so far in this ball game tonight. The over the top, almost 12-6 curveball from Buchholz.
In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. It hangs at 0-2. Buchholz, 27. He'll turn 28 in August. Time Bobby Valentine's had the chance to see Buchholz start a game here during the spring. 2 innings against Minnesota on Monday. Soft ground ball to Pedroia at second base. 1 down. So 1 away, and it brings up Brandon Boggs.
I didn't know when we got to the ballpark today it was going to be Christmas Day. I mean, we've got all kind of stuff that we're giving us.
Unbelievable.
Today. Nice nesting jackets that was provided by New Balance. We've got some nice Tommy Bahama stuff that they were kind folks at Tommy Bahama sent us. So it was like Christmas morning when we got here today.
I'd like to thank Nark Kavanaugh from New Balance for taking care of us so well. And friends from Tommy Bahama. I have a feeling, Jerry, we'll be breaking out these jackets more often than not during the regular season. There it is.
That's a very nice jacket. It's no question it's a New Balance, and no question we wear finesse.
It's all right there.
It's all right in the front.
Right in the front. And because it's a little chilly up here in the booth, you may see it tonight.
I've already had mine on for a while.
Brandon Boggs taking a pitch high, and it's 2-1. We also got the raincoat we don't want to forget. A little bit thicker. It's got a hood, too.
You can wear this in the wintertime, I think.
I think so, too. We got more wardrobe to share. Swing and a miss. This was the raincoat. And the Nesson's on the shoulder. And here you take out the hood on top.
Yeah, very nice.
And we understand that there are shoes that are coming, too. So we are all about New Balance right now. And we thank them very much. Two to Boggs. Got him off balance. First strikeout for Buchholz, 2 down.
Excellent changeup for Clay Buchholz. You'll see this run down and away from the left-handed hitter. Exactly where Buchholz and Kelly Shopik want it. That's where they got it, and they pick up the strikeout.
2 down for Eric Fryer, who is the catcher. 273, 7 homers, 27 runs batted in. Hockey's playoffs are underway. We'll have UNH and BU at 4 o'clock tomorrow. UNH has a lead tonight, 2-1 in game 1. This is out to right center field. Cody Ross tracks it and puts it away. A nice, quick and easy 1-2-3 second to Clay Buchholz. 1-0 Pirates lead. Right after the game, stay with us for Ness and Daily, presented by Sunlight Financial with Jamison Coyle. Special guests in studio tonight, Bruins winger Milan Lucic will give us the latest on the Bruins, along with former Bruin Sean McEachran. Plus, Gronk is at it again. Find out the latest internet appearance for Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski. It's all coming up tonight on Ness and Daily, tonight after the game, only on Nesson. Ryan Sweeney leading it off here for the Red Sox in the second inning. Sweeney, Ross, and Shopik. 265 with a home run, 25 runs batted in. Ryan Sweeney, part of the outfield depth that includes that man as well, Cody Ross. Red Sox will need it to begin the year without Carl Crawford. Crawford was kind of pushed back for a few days, but now back to baseball activities again, it appears.
Yeah, did play some catch today for the first time since having that setback. But that's about all he did is play catch, and I think that's all that's on tap for the next couple of days.
On the ground to third, Alvarez throws out Sweeney for the first out of the second inning. One down for Cody Ross, former NLCS MVP, world champion with the San Francisco Giants. Ross last year had his batting average tail off a little bit, hitting at .240 last year in 121 games. Ross bats now. Shopik next. This is foul down the left field line, out of play. Well, he's able to do it against a very good pitcher. Game 1 of the NLCS. Roy Halladay got touched for 2 by Cody Ross. En route to his NLCS MVP. Swing and a miss. Ross up over the top of it.
And you notice the location of those 2 pitches that he hit out of the ballpark, both of them middle in. Likes the ball on the inside part of the plate.
Little pop-up back of the mound from second comes Mercer, but nobody will get there. Just drops and Ross is aboard. So a few flares here in the first 2 innings. One for Youkilis, one for Ross, and they both reach.
Well, that ball was certainly up there long enough for somebody to make a play on, and it certainly wasn't going to be Martis, the pitcher, because watch him go back down the mound. He's looking for help for his second baseman. His second baseman's not there, so he turns and he can't make the play.
So a base hit for Cody Ross in the infield. And here's Kelly Shopik.
It feels good when you get a hit like that, you know. Because as soon as you make contact, you know you're out.
Right.
And all of a sudden you look up and go, what's going on around here? I got a base hit.
There goes Cody Ross. Ball gets away on the transfer. Fryer lost it, and Ross able to take second base.
Now, we have not done a game yet this spring, and this is our 4th game of the spring. We have not seen the Red Sox run. I mean, they've been running in just about every chance they get. Picked a perfect pitch that time. It was a changeup. Plus the fact that it gets by the catcher and Cody Ross standing on second base with the steal.
It appears it's going to be an aggressive brand of baseball. be as aggressive as your roster allows you to be. And the Red Sox do have some weapons. When you think about it, you got Crawford when he comes back, Ellsbury as far as running goes, but there's a lot of things Bobby Valentine could do and probably will. Cheating in from second was Mercer. Ross back to the bag at second. One out, count of 1-1 to Kelly Shopik. Next half inning, we'll be talking with Mike Barnacle at Fenway Park. And Shopik gets hit on the arm. Down to first he goes. Red Sox have 2 on, 1 away. The Red Sox magazine is packed full of exclusive features, interviews, and photos of your favorite players from today and yesterday. Get the inside scoop of the official magazine of the Boston Red Sox in order by calling 781-545-5702. Check out a preview at redsox.com/magazine. And the first edition has lots of great pictures of JetBlue Park here at Fenway South.
That person was flipping through looking for Don Orsillo's bio.
I don't think it's in there, is it?
I think it is.
Is it in there?
I think it is.
I'll have to take another look.
I know that's going to be driving the Nets all night, so we should probably try to get a program here before the night's over.
Here's Lars Anderson.
Maybe when they start making the changes, you know.
We can delve into the book. Down and in, 2-0. Doesn't appear to be on that page.
Looks like the captain, yeah. Right there. Mm-hmm. I don't think he'd be on that page,
no. Manager Bobby Valentine talking today about Lars Anderson, saying from a defensive standpoint, Major League ready, but still working and developing the hitting portion of his game. Of course, we saw Lars in 6 Major League games last year for the Red Sox. He was 0 for 5 in his time in the majors last year. Pretty tough, though, when you got Adrian Gonzalez signed for a long time at first base at the Major League level.
Yeah, he said one of the things he'd like to see Anderson work on is be able to use the opposite field a little bit more instead of rolling over some of those pitches that are outside. Able to, take that ball to the opposite field, either on the ground or on the line or in the air, and maybe use that left field wall a little bit better. He said defensively, he's ready for the big leagues. He said, but offensively, he needs a little bit more work.
Up foul off to the left, out of play. Full count now to Lars Anderson. Sweeney grounded out to begin the inning. Cody Ross on a little bloop in the infield reached. Shopik hit by a pitch, 2 on, 1 away, and Josh Kroger waits on deck. Runners go. Strikeout for Anderson and a strike him out, throw him out to end the second inning. Mike Barnacle will be with us when we come back to Fenway South. great early season matchup. First homestand of the season includes a couple of big games. As the defending American League champion Texas Rangers visit Fenway Park for a 2-game series on April 17th and 18th. Second homestand features a 3-game series with Oakland on April 30th, May 1st, and 2nd. Don't miss out on these exciting early season games. Get your tickets today at redsox.com/tickets. As promised, Mike Barnacle joining us in the booth here from Fenway South. What are your thoughts on this?
It's incredible. In less than 1 year, they built this place. I couldn't get someone to fix a kitchen cabinet at my home in the same amount of time. It's unbelievable.
Incredible. When we left here, it was dirt.
Yeah.
The end of spring training, and now it is built up, and it is an incredible venue, and looks a lot like Fenway Park.
Looks almost exactly like Fenway Park, depending on your vantage point. But I mean, plus more people can get in here. The sight lines are fantastic no matter where you are in this ballpark. It is staggering when you see it for the first time. At least it was to me.
11,000 people can now come here to JetBlue Park. And, of course, this is the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park. And I'm curious about some of your favorite memories from Fenway over the years.
Oh, man, I have so many. I remember seeing this guy a lot. I can remember the first time I was ever in Fenway Park. But before I talk about my memories of Fenway, I have to tell you and the vast Nesson audience what an enormous influence you two guys are. The other night, I'm watching, and you're talking about the Tommy Bahama shirts, and, you know, they're nicely fit, and you can hide the kitchen and everything like that. I went out today. This is Tommy Bahama, man.
You bought some, huh?
Look at that.
You like this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
I know what I'm doing. And it was your influence.
How about that, Jerry? We're selling shirts.
We're selling shirts. That's probably what we should be doing.
Exactly.
You have another career. If this falls apart, you know.
Should be sooner than later.
You know, what do I look like, Don?
You look terrific.
44, 46
you
long?
look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You really do.
Let me guess, that's an XL.
How did you guess?
I know how they fit. They fit a little big.
Yeah, they do. Thank you. We're working out.
He's an animal.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him working out. He is an animal.
Well, an injured Pirate here on a hit batsman as Mercer got hit, I think, on the hand.
Take another look at that last pitch. It's supposed to be outside by Buchholz. Instead, it looks like a changeup that comes inside and gets Mercer right off the finger. And always the danger of a broken finger. Well, Mike, what about your memories of Fenway, this 100th anniversary coming up? I mean, you've had so many of them, seen so many games there.
You know, Jerry, I was so fortunate growing up because my Uncle George played for the old Boston Braves before World War II. So in the early 50s, a lot of the guys he played with were then coaches in the American League and the National League. So my cousins and my brothers and I had, like, access that other kids didn't have. And my first memory of Fenway Park, probably when I was 8 years of age, and it still holds true today. I can remember clearly, vividly, walking up the ramp beneath Section 16 along the first baseline, the grass, the wall, the sunshine. Stunning.
That's exactly mine. That is the same thing as mine.
Yeah, it's still stunning to me every time I do it.
Yep. For me, it was before black and white TV.
Yeah.
And listening to game day on radio, as we see a little hit and run here that obviously there's no contact and the runner makes second base, but it's the same thing, walking up that ramp and looking at the green wall, the green grass, the red piping stripe of the Red Sox. I mean, it was just that's a memory I'll never forget.
I know. Yeah. And it's still there, and the fact that, you know, we're about to celebrate the park 100 years on April 20th. It's a terrific thing when at least when I consider the fact that we live in a culture where the most important thing in the house is the TV clicker. Change the channel. I didn't get the internet in 0.5 seconds. You know, I'm upset. Stability, memories, it's right there. Keep it. And they've kept it. I mean, what John Henry and Larry and Tom have done to rehab and rebuild that place is beyond belief.
I didn't think it was possible. When they took over and said what they wanted to do, I mean, it was hard to imagine them doing what they did, and all the things they've done. It's been incredible.
Yeah, it has been.
Because it looked like at the end of the John Harrington era right there, they were going to be going for a brand new ballpark, which you were talking about building right across the street. And at the time, you know, I was saying, you know, maybe it's the right time to do this. Maybe it's the right time to put up a replica Fenway Park somewhere else. But they took over this ball club and they made it into almost a brand new ballpark.
I thought the same thing you did, and I thought increasingly so is, you know, having nothing to do with the fact that we work out so well and stay in such great shape. But as you get wider, as you get older, you start worrying about, how wide the seats are in Fenway Park. And then there was talk about not only across the street, but perhaps if another group had purchased the Red Sox, building a stadium down by Anthony's Pier 4 on the waterfront, like Pac Bell out in San Francisco. And all that was nice talk. But there's something magical about still having that ballpark in the middle of the city where you can walk to the park, where you can get the subway, come up from Kenmore Square, walk up Brookline Avenue, same as it ever was.
And you are there almost every night. You look down and see you down there by the dugout just about every night.
Yeah, if my wife knew the amount of time and energy I spend not only on this club, the Red Sox, but on fantasy baseball, my fantasy baseball team, I would be out of the house so quickly. I'd be there all winter long at Fenway Park.
Well, now she knows, so maybe you better stay down here for a while.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
A little pop-up to short that is handled by Aviles. For the first out, remaining at second is Mercer with one down.
With all the players that have gone through Fenway and all the players that you have watched, did you have a particular favorite?
Well, obviously, number 9. I love Ted Williams. I loved Yaz. I loved a number of players. I liked you. I loved professional baseball players, guys who came, who you knew not only played baseball but talked baseball. Guys like guys like you, guys like Yaz, guys like a bunch of guys in the '67 team, guys like Pudge Fisk. Were so intense about the game they played and the team that they played for and the town that they represented and the uniform they wore. And this was in the age before big mega deals and multi-million-dollar contracts given to 25-year-olds and stuff like that. I don't want to date myself, but, the game is still the same, but the culture of the game has changed enormously, as you know better than most, Jerry.
How big was 2004 for you and your family?
Don, I have an absolute pathetic picture of me in the infield in St. Louis after the game is over. My kids have it. I'm down on my knees and I'm scraping dirt into a beer cup off the infield. I was, you knew it was going to happen by the time you get to St. Louis, obviously, but.
This one popped up off first. Lars Anderson has it sized up. And he'll put it away. 2 down.
The fact that it happened a year after Game 7 in Yankee Stadium with Wakefield on the mound and Aaron Boone popping the ball into the left field stands, and then a year later, the epiphany of winning the World's Championship, it was staggering to me. Staggering.
Just the way they did it, coming back 4 games against the Yankees and then sweeping right through the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, so many ghosts were buried that fall.
We had the pleasure of watching you and Ken Burns' updated baseball documentary. You're a very big part of the updated version.
Yes, thank you very much, Don.
Enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
Your family involvement as well. This one is in the air to deep left field for McCutchen. Back is Kroger looking up, and that is off the wall. Stays in the yard. A run will score as McCutchen goes to second base with a wall ball double. And at the real Fenway Park, that ball is gone. But the extra 3 feet here doesn't go.
He's a good-looking player.
Yeah, he's a great player. He thought he had it for sure here, but not quite enough. As he was styling a little bit around home plate, thinking that he had the home run, but not quite deep enough. That's that extra 3 feet we're talking about right there over the netting that's out there in left field. And he hit right on top of that little bridge right there, and it came down, and the double for McCutchen.
Jerry, speaking of players, who I like, doesn't matter what I like, but I saw Jim Rice early this morning. When you were working out in the physical fitness room, you were lifting 500 pounds and everything.
Yeah.
He looks like he could still hit, and I loved him as a ball player, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's a guy that would go out there day in and day out, hurt.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Never said much, didn't say very much. I think was misunderstood by the media in this city. I really do. I think he was uncomfortable with all of that, and a lot of times he took quite a bashing, I think, from the media, which was unjust.
There's no doubt about that, and when you... it's funny, when you get into a larger universe, like I'm in New York 3 or 4 days a week, get into the larger universe, you realize while it's great having this team and having the loyalty and the love for this team that we all do, but it's almost claustrophobic if you're a player in New England, where you can't pump gas into your car. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go to the movies. And only a very few people, I think, can handle that kind of intensity at all times during the day, every day.
David Wells used to talk about that. He thought it was easier to be a member of the New York Yankees. You could kind of hide in New York.
You get lost in the city.
There's an anonymity in New York that you can never have in Boston.
This is driven deep and far, but foul.
And look, the writers all have a difficult job. I mean, I know I worked for the Globe for 30 years. It's a difficult job doing it every day. But on the flip side of it, you know, when you're a player, I can only imagine you're in the same locker room at home 81 games a year. You're seeing the same writers 81 games a year. They basically ask you the same question for 81 games a year. So you don't feel well on a night in July. So you say, I don't want to talk. And so, maybe the next day, he's kind of temperamental. Maybe not, but that's the way it's portrayed sometimes.
Do you think that cost Jim Rice for a while getting into the Hall of Fame?
Yes, I definitely do. I might be wrong, but I definitely do. Do you?
I would agree with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we also want to mention there are tickets available at Fenway Park. I mentioned it in the beginning of our conversation. Mike Barnacle, I think people think because of the incredible streak that there are no tickets to be had, and that's just not the case. There are seats available.
There are seats available at Fenway Park. There are seats available down here. The celebration, the 100th anniversary, April 20th. It's well-deserved. It's a well-deserved celebration that's going to be held. I mean, there's Fenway and there's Wrigley. Wrigley's a bit behind Fenway.
It kind of takes you back a little bit when you think about, too, yourself personally, how many years you have been personally involved with Fenway Park out of those 100. I mean, when you stop to think about it, as a fan growing up, and it's amazing.
Yeah, more than half the life of the ballpark.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and you think you can, because ball players, I've always been amazed by how guys like you, Jerry, ball players, can remember specific pitches that they would, thrown out on. It was a slider, it was down 2-1, 27 years ago, things like that. But even as a fan, you can remember specific games and the action of a game, from 1967. Or,
right.
We were talking earlier with Joe Castiglione about, this scoreboard out here, the American League scoreboard, which is the scoreboard that was in Fenway Park for years. It was in storage in South Dakota for years, and I can remember Yaz throwing out Reggie Jackson in the playoffs in 1975, grabbing the ball with his right hand off the scoreboard and firing a rifle shot, clothesline, into second base. You're out, Reggie. Turning point of that series, one of them, I think.
What a great touch to add that to this ballpark, though, to have that here.
Yeah. The whole ballpark, isn't it? I mean, the idea that the, left field distance, center field distance, right field, even the angles in right field are approximately the same as they are up north, leads you to wonder, leads at least me to wonder, why more teams don't jigger their minor league facilities to the contours of their home ballpark. 81 games.
Where you're going to be playing in the majors when you get up there.
Yeah.
2-2 is a bloop to second, and Pedroia is there to make the catch. Mike Barnacle, thanks very much for coming up. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the compliment on the shirt.
It looks fabulous.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right.
Looking good. Looking good.
Hide in the kitchen.
It's awesome. It's all about hiding in the kitchen. With 2 wins already under their belts this week, the Bruins look to continue their streak against the struggling Washington Capitals tomorrow afternoon at the Garden. Our live coverage gets underway at noon on Big Bad Bruins Live with Dale Arnold, Barry Peterson, and Mark Mowers. And, of course, Hockey East action later on in the afternoon, and then us tomorrow night after UNH and BU meet up tomorrow afternoon. So a big day on Nesson tomorrow. Hockey, then baseball.
Looks like a baseball right on top of the scoreboard out there under the jet blue sign. I wonder how that got there.
It's kind of hanging out as we head to the last half of the third inning. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh on top. Josh Kroger leads it off. Spent last year with AAA New Orleans. Chris Rysop into the game. 76 appearances last year, 5-4 with 4.39 ERA. More than a hit an inning, and had 13 Ks to 10 walks. Takes over for Martiz, who went 2 innings giving up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and struck out a batter. Look at the numbers for Kroger last year at AAA. Pirates getting a run in the first, a run in the third. Red Sox have had at least a base runner in every inning so far through the first 2. 2 soft base hits, Youkilis and Cody Ross. Later on, we'll have Clay Buchholz's conversation with the media, as he has gone the 3 innings anticipated for him in tonight's game. Mike Aviles, top of the Red Sox order, waits on deck. Boston batting here in the home half of the third inning. Fly ball to center field. Andrew McCutchen is out there in center and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. One down in the third inning from Mike Aviles. To center again, and again McCutchen is out there to put it away. 2 down. Boston Red Sox spring training baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Two down here in the bottom of the third inning. Beautiful JetBlue Park at Fenway South, and here is Kevin Youkilis. Single to right field in the first inning. One of 2 Boston hits so far tonight. And we know Pedroia doesn't care where he hits in the lineup. You think it matters to Kevin Youkilis where he ends up?
I think the only place that he would not want to hit would be leadoff. I think he's made that public in the past, that was really the only spot that he did not feel comfortable in.
To right field, Tabata reaches up and makes the grab. It's a 1-2-3 third inning through 3. Pittsburgh on top 2-0. Back in action here at Fenway South as they host the Tampa Bay Rays. Daniel Bard, Alfredo Aceves, and each slated to pitch 3 innings. Rays star will be Wade Davis. Live coverage begins at 7. We remind you, Red Sox Spring Training Baseball is presented by Southwest Airlines. As we play along to the top half of the 4th inning, 2-0. Pittsburgh on top of Boston. Nick Evans leading it off for the Pirates, facing Vicente Padilla. Second time we've seen Padilla. Last year with the Dodgers, 4.15 earned run average. Pitched his way out of trouble Monday night against the Minnesota Twins in Lee County.
And one pitch that we saw him feature in that ball game was that slow eephus curveball that he'll throw every now and then. Fastball, big slow curveball, a harder curveball, changeup.
He allowed 3 hits in 2 scoreless innings, striking out 2 on Monday. Popped up on the first base line, Lars Anderson makes the catch for the first out. Well, we told you we're on tomorrow night. We'll look at NESN's schedule the rest of the way. Tomorrow night and then on Sunday afternoon. Red Sox will be in action in Port Charlotte next Sunday against Tampa Bay. Home against Toronto, New York, and Philadelphia.
Don't forget to change your clocks this weekend.
Saturday night. Make for a short night.
Very short night. Plus the Red Sox have a 10 o'clock B game over in Sarasota before the main game at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
There's that slow breaking ball in their first strike.
That's the big slow curveball we were talking about right here. That's got to be slower than Wakefield's knuckleball.
This one fouled off to the left out of play, and it's 0-2. Pedro Alvarez grounded out to second base first time up. Padilla wanted it, but it misses inside. It's 1-2.
Yeah, I threw that two-seamer that he thought he had off the plate and came back to touch the inside corner of the plate, but not getting the call. Very good pitch by Padilla.
On the ground and nicely picked at third by Youkilis. The throw is going to be in time. Nice play. Sharply down the line, but Youth gets it and fires it across. 2 down.
What a difference a year makes. Last year we saw Youkilis just limping all over the ballpark because of that sports hernia. How about that play? Gets up quickly right over the top. Strong throw to first base to record the out. Probably prevents a double on that play, does Youkilis.
2 down for Brandon Boggs. Struck out swinging in the second inning. Clay Buchholz tonight, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. He did not walk anybody. Struck out a batter and hit a batter. And Vicente Padilla now in the game here in the 4th inning. And there for a strike, 2-1. There it is again. It's a soft ground ball up the middle. Pedroia off balance throw. Will get there in time. It's a pretty good D turned in by the Red Sox in the top of the 4th inning. 3.5 done. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh. See 2 great games this season with the 2012 Double Play Packs. Create your own unique package of pairing seats for an exciting summer weekend date with a game this spring. Get your Double Play Packs tickets at redsox.com/doubleplay.
Now, a couple of fine defensive plays for the Red Sox last inning. First of all, we'll look at Kevin Youkilis take 2 bases away. Dives, gets up, and then, of course, Pedroia, we've seen him make that play. I don't know if it's 1,000 times yet, but it's been an awful lot. It's a fairly routine play for Dustin Pedroia.
It leads it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pedroia, Ortiz, and Sweeney. Goya fouled out to the first baseman Garrett Jones in the first inning. The pitcher is Tony Watson into the game for the Pirates, their third pitcher of the game. Saw Martis for 2 shutout innings. Jessup for an inning. Goya chops it at Alvarez at third and on the grass for the first out of the inning. So Tony Watson into the game, and that's his first out here in the fourth inning. 26 appearances last year, AAA Indianapolis. 2.36 earned run average. 35 Ks to 11 walks. And again, the third pitcher used by Clint Hurdle in the game tonight. One out in the fourth inning for David Ortiz. Big Papi grounded out to Jordy Mercer, the second baseman in the first inning. I've talked a lot about the lineup, but I'm really curious to see where they all end up, Jerry. I mean, and whether or not it'll be a set lineup. I get the impression that it will not be.
It doesn't seem that way, does it, Don? But every press conference we've been to with Valentine, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a set lineup. It's almost like he's going to make the lineup every day according to the opposing pitcher, what is best, for his lineup against that particular pitcher that night. It just doesn't seem like there's going to be a set lineup. And there'll be certain guys, I'm sure, that are locked into certain spots. But I think there's going to be quite a bit of juggling.
A lot of people wondering if Shopik would become somebody's personal catcher. It's pretty clear he does not want personal catchers. Like to stay away from it. Here's a drive to right. Does it have enough? Back goes Tabata, and it is gone. Big Papi with a home run. 29 of them during the regular season last year, and he pops one out of Fenway South.
Well, a couple of games ago, he fell short out near the bullpen area. Not this time. A line drive home run. Inside fastball from Watson. Look how quickly Ortiz gets the head of the bat out, and a line shot out over the 380.
Well, David also hitting home run in our last telecast on Monday night from Hammond Stadium in Lee County. So a pretty good spring so far for Big Papi. It's the Red Sox on the board. They trailed 2-1 as Ryan Sweeney bats. Sweeney grounded out to third base in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball sharply to first. Scattering is Jones. He flips to Watson, who covers for the out. And there's 2 down in the fourth inning. I want to remind you that this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Counts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. 2 down for Cody Ross. His second at bat. A little bloop behind the mound that fell. On a base hit, was able to steal second base. That's a fly ball down the right field line. Tabata in fair ground will make the catch that ends the inning. David Ortiz goes deep and gets the Red Sox on the board. The home run for Big Papi. It's 2-1 Pittsburgh. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Eastern Bank. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. These are just some of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. Eric Fryer leading it off with a bunt bid, and Euclid did all he could do. Had to barehand it, but couldn't do it cleanly, and it was going to be tough to get Fryer anyway, who was getting down the line very well.
Yeah, not a great bunt right there by Fryer. A little bit hard, but Euclid's only option was with the bare hand. And anytime you have to go with just the bare hand, it can be a problem. Ideally, Fryer would have liked to get that ball down the third bend a little bit more, but still works out and picks up the base hit.
No lead runner on here for the Pirates in the fifth. Jordy Mercer, the batter. He was hit by a pitch, stayed in the game. He was hit by a Clay Buchholz pitch in the third inning. And we'll be hearing from Clay later in the game on how he felt tonight in his 3 innings of work, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out a batter. Padilla's in there for his 2nd inning of relief. To first, Anderson thought about it, but he'll just tag the bag at first as Fryer takes second base.
Yeah, Fryer was off for the pitch. They were playing a little hit and run right there, and that kept him out of the double play. See the runner off at first base. Anderson wants to go to second base, but when he looks, he's not going to have the time. So he takes the out at first base, and the Pirates get a man in scoring position.
Jose Tabata, 0 for 2. He's grounded out to third base, popped out to short. That's a strike. 1-1 now to Tabata. They're vying for that number 5 spot in the Red Sox rotation. Bobby Valentine saying before the game, the way the schedule works out, the number 5 starter may not break camp, or the Red Sox may not be need for a number 5 starter initially. Off days mixed in to begin the year. The Red Sox opening up against the Tigers in Detroit, then having the next day off. So some built-in off days early. This is to left field, down the line, and a fair ball. Around from second comes Fryer. He will score. Tabata into second base with his first hit. It's an RBI double, puts Pittsburgh on top 3-1.
Well, this was a little bit harder curveball from Padilla, not that to Ephus pitch. And nice piece of hitting by Tabata. He stays back nicely on that breaking ball and lines it down in that left field corner for the double to drive in a run. So by putting the hitting run play on, they stay out of a double play, and that base runner eventually scores on the double by Tabata.
1 out, Tabata at second base. Clint Barmas getting his 3rd plate appearance of the night. He had singled in the first, fouled out in the third, and sends one foul off to the right. Well, for Vicente Padilla, 13 years Major League experience. Broke into the big leagues with the Diamondbacks in '99. Phillies from 2000 to 2005 was with the Rangers. Red Sox saw some of him from 2006 through 2009, and last 3 years sent with the Dodgers. Very defensive swing for Barmas.
Tiger fan here tonight. Maybe doing a little scouting for the opening series.
Two runs outside, 1-2. His best earned run average season, 3.28. Named to the National League All-Star team, member of the Phillies in 2002. 14 wins in a season 4 times, all since 2002. Down the line and by Youkilis. That'll shoot to the corner as around from second base comes Tabata. To second base goes Barmes with an RBI double. And as the Pirates on top 4-1. So Padilla, who was able to work out of trouble on Monday night, not able to work out of trouble here tonight.
And that's a pretty good pitch. I mean, it's not a bad pitch at all. It was down and away, but again, a good piece of hitting by Barmes. He's 2 for 3 tonight as he reaches out, covers the outside corner, and rifles it by Youkilis down at third base.
Andrew McCutchen, who has had a good night already, a single and a double. He's driven in a run, and he's been plenty busy out there in center field defensively. Drive to left field, back towards the monster and off the monster's seats. It'll stay in the yard as around from second base goes Barmes. That is the third straight double and another run for the Pirates. Take a 5-1 lead.
And 3 hits on the night for McCutchen, twice going off that left field wall. A single, a double to drive in a run, and another double to drive in a run.
We don't get a chance to see him very often, but he is an impressive player.
He's one of the top players in the National League. And only 25, as you mentioned, Don, earlier in the ballgame.
Here's Garrett Jones, third plate appearance of the night. He is grounded out and popped out. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. It gets away, and a foul ball, the indication. McCutchen had started towards third base.
Jones going after that curveball that's down and in. A little contact. Gets by Kelly Shopik, but the foul ball called. And McCutchen retreats to second base.
Padilla had a 1-2-3 fourth inning, but has given up 4 hits in this inning and 3 runs. It all started with a bunt single by Eric Fryer to get it started here in the 5th for the Pirates. That'll run inside, 1-2. McCutchen at second base, 1 out in the 5th. Sharply hit by Anderson at first base into right field, and here comes McCutchen. Throw is cut off, and the Pirates take a 6-1 lead. A 4-run fifth inning so far against Vicente Padilla.
Now, he had a nice, easy time of it back in the fourth inning with a 1-2-3 inning, but now a big inning here in the fifth against Padilla. 5 hits, including 1 bunt base hit in this inning. This ball getting by Lars Anderson at first base, and another run for the Pirates.
Still 1 out in the inning, and Nick Evans the batter. Evans flied out to center field in the first, popped out in the fourth inning. This is towards second, could be 2. Pedroia to second for 1, on to first. It is 2. Padilla needed that, but a 4-run inning for the Pirates, who take a 6-1 lead halfway through this one. The always popular standing room only packs are back for the 2012 season. Pair a game against the Yankees or a popular summer weekend day with an exciting game this spring to create your own unique standing room only packs. See 2 great games for as little as $40. Get your tickets today at redsox.com/SRO packs. A lot of standing room area here at JetBlue Park at Fenway South, and some very good vantage points from the standing room here at this brand new ballpark as Kelly Shopik leads it off in the bottom of the fifth inning. A big top of the inning for the Pirates. Pittsburgh on top 6-1. Shopik was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Shopik, Anderson, and Kroger expected here in the inning for the Red Sox in the fifth. In the air to left, Brandon Boggs has been manning left field for the Pirates, and he takes care of out number 1. One down in the fifth. Lars Anderson coming up. Anderson struck out swinging in the second inning. Watson back on the mound, his second inning of relief. He gave up the home run to David Ortiz in the fourth inning, but has retired everybody else. Broken bat grounder to third. Alvarez plays the spinning baseball and throws out Lars Anderson.
Alvarez almost handcuffed his first baseman Garrett Jones on that throw to first base. A lot of spin on the ground ball when Alvarez picked it up, and then he throws it right at the belt buckle of the first baseman right there. You're not quite sure what to do with the glove. Hold it down or hold it up. But he's able to make the play and get the second out of the inning.
2 down for Josh Kroger. Flied out to center field in the third inning. Watson's been throwing strikes. Josh Kroger signed as a minor league free agent in January. 13th year in pro ball. First in the Red Sox system, and has played 22 games in the majors with Arizona. That was back in 04. Opposite field, sending Boggs back, and he won't get it. One hop the wall. Kroger headed for second base. A good relay, but he will beat it out. 2-out double for Josh Kroger.
Line shot that quickly got over the head of Boggs out there in left field. And of course, with the 2 outs, the attempt to get to second base successfully by Kroger to get him in a scoring position. Right off the base of the wall. Getting it back in quickly is Boggs to Barmes, but not in time to get Kroger at second base.
2 down. Kroger in scoring position for Mike Aviles. Aviles grounded out to third base in the first, flied out to center in the third inning. Aviles, of course, coming to the Red Sox from Kansas City last year. Line into left center field, a base hit. Kroger being waved around, and the Red Sox will pick up a run. Mike Aviles with an RBI single. And it's now 6-2, Pittsburgh on top.
You know, when you look at it, Don, and you think back, Bobby Valentine made kind of an interesting comparison between Aviles' swing and Jay Payton's swing, who we saw here a few years back. And it is very similar, the way they set up for the baseball. Hard line drive up the middle by Aviles to drive in the run.
Jay Payton playing center field for Bobby Valentine in the 2000 edition of the Mets, who lost the World Series to the Yankees. So 2 down, Aviles at first base, and Kevin Youkilis the batter. Jay Payton, a former teammate of Nomar Garcia-Parras at Georgia Tech. And Western Mass fans will remember Jay Payton as a Pittsfield Met at one point when he broke in.
Boy, I'm glad he brought his name up. You've got all kind of information.
Got Jay Payton information. I got more.
Well, you spent time with Jay Payton.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with Jay Payton.
Yeah.
Pittsfield and in Binghamton and in Boston for a brief amount of time. Remember, he was coming out in a cart in Texas.
That was it.
He said, "See you guys,
bye bye."
And we said, "See you, Jay." And we didn't know where he was going. We didn't know where he was going. Apparently, he was done.
Had his bag with him. He was on a cart and he was heading somewhere.
Then released, I believe. Runner goes and it's fouled off to the right, out of play.
That was a great jump at first base by Aviles. I mean, he had that read perfectly. As the Red Sox continue to run, doesn't matter what the score is, they're going to try some things. Of course, Youkilis not up there to take, had he taken that pitch, would have been an easy steal for Aviles.
Watson got 2 quick outs in the inning, Shopping and Anderson, but a double for Kroger. RBI single for Aviles. Runner goes, and the throw down is going to be close, and it gets away. So he ends up stealing second base. Even though Watson had it figured out. Go over to first base, and they had him picked off, but it doesn't work out that way. He kept running hard and gets there.
Yeah, not a real good throw by Garrett Jones, the first baseman. He does come in, but the pickoff attempt kind of took him to his left, and that threw his timing off on throwing the ball at second base. So he did what he was supposed to do, come in and get the baseball, but the baseball wasn't directly at him.
Euclid strikes out. That one running away from him. Red Sox get a run. We played 5 at 6-2 Pittsburgh. Season tomorrow afternoon around 4. Our Bruins coverage. After our Bruins coverage, don't miss the quarterfinal matchup between UNH and number 6 BU at Agganis Arena. Puck drops live on NESN at 4 o'clock, right after Bruins Caps coverage. And I am told that they are tied up tonight in Game 1, so that is exciting stuff right out of the gate. We'll have Game 2 for you tomorrow around 4 o'clock. 6-2. Pittsburgh on top of the Red Sox, and changes for the Red Sox. Nate Spears. Very versatile Nate Spears in the game at first base, and the new pitcher is, as this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture, the official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Will Inman into the game. Inman is 25 years old, from Danville, Virginia. AAA Tucson last year, 42 games. He has not pitched in the majors in his career yet. Originally a Milwaukee Brewers 3rd round selection back in 2005. Right elbow surgery in 2010 that set him back. But he bounced back last year again, 5-11 in Tucson. Pedro Alvarez leading it off as Bob McClure, the pitching coach, looks on. Gary Tuck alongside. This one fouled off to the left. Alvarez is grounded out second, grounded out to third. He is 0 for 2. Inman signing as a minor league free agent by the Red Sox in November. Breaking ball hit on the ground to Pedroia at second base for the first out of the 6th inning. Well, the Red Sox trailing 6-2, but we have seen some good things. Some pretty good defense turned in by the Red Sox tonight. Youkilis at third base with a nice play. Dustin Pedroia also with a good play defensively. And some offense as David Ortiz is homered for the second time this spring. He hit one on Monday night, Lee County, and he hits one here at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. It is 6-2. Pittsburgh on top with one out in the top of the 6th inning. Brandon Boggs 0 for 2 in the game. The Pirates left fielder is struck out swinging and grounded out to second base. Vicente Padilla worked the 4th and 5th and had a much tougher outing tonight. He went 2 innings, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs. He didn't walk anybody, he didn't strike anybody out. But a big 4-run 5th inning. That's after a 1-2-3 4th inning for Padilla. That's outside, ball 4, and Inman walks Boggs with 1 out in the 6th inning. Clay Buchholz tonight in 3 innings had a strikeout.
Yeah, that strikeout coming against Boggs, and that was back in the 2nd inning on a changeup. And a good one, probably the best one of the night for Clay Buchholz. As you look at his line, 3 innings, 3 hits, a couple of earned runs, no walk, 1 strikeout, did throw 51 pitches in this outing tonight.
We will be hearing from Clay Buchholz coming up in a bit, talking about his outing. Go to first, and they picked him off. Boggs late to react and had a big lead. Headed in the wrong direction. He was picked off nicely by Inman.
Almost like he was stuck in quicksand out there at first base. It took him an awful long time to get back to that bag. Yeah, there's a step towards second base. Tries to reach back, but the tag on the elbow before the fingers got to the bag.
Eric Fryer, who had bunted his way on in the 5th inning, got that big inning started for the Pirates.
Inman with the breaking ball here to pick up the swing and miss.
Also scheduled to see Michael Bowden pitch tonight. Just missing, and it is now 3-1. Inman wanted that. Winkler getting to know his pitching staff and a lot of the younger pitchers. All 4, and Inman misses inside that time. Back-to-back walks. Picked off the last guy that he walked, and now base runner with 2 down. Bobby Valentine talking about trying to get as many pitchers into games as possible, maybe switching a lot of guys in the middle of innings just to get some work. Had plenty of B games, more B games than I can remember in years past have been set up as they try to get a good long look at all the pitching that they brought in.
Plus, the minor leagues will be starting to play some inter-squad games very soon, and some of these guys on the Major League roster may get some work in those games.
In the dirt. Knocked down nicely by Shopik. No advance for Fryer at first base.
Nice block there by Kelly Shopik. It's the fastball, and he just goes right down to the knees. Does not try to catch it, just tries to block it and keeps the man from getting in the scoring position. Takes it off the chest protector, and it just dies right in front of him.
Chop left side, deep short. Aviles looked at second, then makes a long throw that's not in time. He took a look and asked Pedroia if he would have had him, but very close. So he dumps and goes to first and gets nobody, as it turns out.
Yeah, I don't think so, Don. I don't think if he goes to second base, he gets that run on it. Once he looked and then threw to first base, it was going to be way too late there. Probably should go as an infield base hit, I would think.
So 2 on, 2 down. Jose Tabata, the batter. Had a double his last time up. Scored a run for the Pirates. 1 for 3 night for Tabata. Breaking ball over for strike 2. Line into left field, a base hit. Fryer coming around from second. He will score. Mercer to third on an RBI double for Jose Tabata, his second double of the night. And the Pirates take a 7-2 lead.
Well, the walk certainly hurt in this inning. One was picked off, of course, by Inman, but then followed with another walk. And then back-to-back hits, a single and now the double. Over the top curveball, stays out over the plate. And Tabata by Youkilis and into left field for the base hit. Well, I should say for the double.
So second and third now, 2 down in the inning. Clint Barmas, the batter. Barmas with a single in the first inning, fouled out in the third. Double to drive in a run in the fifth. So a 2 for 3 night for the Pirates shortstop. Tomorrow we'll get a chance to see Daniel Bard and Alfredo Aceves are scheduled to pitch in tomorrow night's game. Fly ball to left field. Kroger is out there. And he makes a catch. It ends the inning. Pirates are able to add a run. They take a 7-2 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Subscribe to MLB.TV Premium today and get over 150 select spring training games with no blackouts in every regular season game live or on demand on your favorite devices. Visit RedSox.com for details. Did you say Michael Navarro is in the game?
At third base?
Okay.
Did you get me over the air?
I think so. I heard you. I don't know if everybody else did. But Michael Navarro now at third base, former member of the Red Sox. Of course, traded to Kansas City in the Mike Gavilas deal. And there's a new pitcher on here now for the Pirates, Yota Iragashi. (7-2) Pittsburgh on top. Dustin Pedroia leading it off. Pedroia 0 for 2. He's fouled out and grounded out. Look out. That puts him down onto the dirt. Kevin Youkilis, can you hear us?
Yes.
Kevin Youkilis joins us from the Red Sox dugout. How are things going so far?
Going good.
Pretty good offseason for you as far as rehabbing and everything. I'm sure it was a lot of work to get back here again this season and be in as good a shape as you are right now.
Yeah, it definitely was a tough time. Just not being able to play in the last few weeks of the season, and just overall a tough year, just physically dealing with a lot of stuff early and just keep going all year. But worked hard. Attaboy. Base hit. Yeah, that's one of the things too. You just got to keep working hard, and I was very fortunate. Went out to California, got in great shape, and just really just stuck to the program.
You could tell me before the game you were changing your swing a little bit this season, going back to 1888 and whatever it is.
Yeah, 2008. Just basically going back to spreading my feet out a little bit and just my setup and all that, trying to get back to where I was, because it was a little bit too much movement last year, and a lot of it had to do with the injuries David and I talked about. We talked about it was just too much effort and trying to get through those little, little injuries and trying to do too much. This year it's about getting in a strong position, spreading out the feet, and just using the hands as much as possible.
How different of an experience has this been so far for you as spring training, a guy who's around Terry Francona for a long time? And the new look here, this helm now and Bobby Valentine, how different has it been?
It's definitely been a little different. I've never known a manager other than Terry, and it's definitely we're doing a lot more. Tito had a different philosophy of, we're gonna hit the ball, we're gonna run and do all that stuff, and Bobby loves here in spring training. We're running, we're hitting and running, we're doing all kinds of stuff, which is kind of cool. Getting back to a lot of the stuff that we forgot about, but I think during the season it'll be a lot different. But I think we're just working a lot of the things that could pop up here and there during the season.
There's really no set lineup, that's been put out there every day by Bobby Valentine. He's kind of mixed things up. He put guys at the top of the lineup trying to get them their at-bats. Do you have any inkling at all where you may hit in this lineup?
No, I have no idea where I'm going to be hitting, but you know me, I don't really care. Leadoff I was not too fond of. That was the only place I really don't enjoy hitting. But other than that, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter to me. I'll hit wherever in the lineup, and a lot of times we're going to get thrown into positions, and it doesn't matter. The guys we got here and the capabilities of these players, we're going to all hit, and no matter where they put us.
We were checking out some of the shootout stuff that we had earlier in spring training, and you fared pretty well. Not bad at all. We were looking at you, and things were going pretty well. You were one of the early guys, I think.
Yeah, we were one of the ones that taught the bank shot and all that. So, a lot of guys have little tips, here and there. So, at the end, I was trying to do the no look to get more. The no look has killed me. I think I got 17 or 18 or whatever, but. You got to hit your free throws at the end, and that was my problem. I didn't hit my free throws, so didn't get the money ball.
All right, so we winning it all, going head-to-head with Darnell McDonald in the end. And there are some new faces in this Red Sox clubhouse. Tell us a little about your thoughts of this team heading in. I know it's early in spring training, but a lot of new faces and it looks like a positive outlook heading into the season.
Yeah, we've got a great group of guys here. We brought in a few guys here that have been on winning teams, with Cody Ross and Nick Punto with World Series championships, and just a bunch of guys here that just love to play the game and really get after it. And I think that professional attitude and a winning attitude is what you need. And we got those players here to help us out, and it's just great. I'm excited, and a lot of the players here are just pumped to get the season going and head up there to Detroit and try to take down Justin Verlander and the Tigers.
You told me you had a great batting practice today, and the first time up, looping down that right field line, that's going to feel good.
I think the wind was blowing in. I thought that ball was going to get out of here.
You crushed it. You smoked it.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for the wind blowing in, I think that ball might have landed about 10 feet farther away from him. But, make it up the next up, hit a line drive. And that's just the way baseball is. You don't have to hit it hard and done. You just got to hit it right where they're not.
Hit to hit.
Oh, yeah, any day.
Thanks very much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
All right, guys. Missed you.
All right, you. And Kevin Euclid joining us here in games. Mike Sweeney strikes out of the second out of the sixth inning. It goes to Rocco running at second base, 2 down in the sixth inning. And Cody Ross going up here for the Red Sox. One of the new guys that Kevin Euclid alluded to, guys who have come from championship teams. Cody Ross, one of those guys. He stands in on the right side. Popped up, foul ground. Fox and Fryer, and neither can get it. Looked like they may have had a play, but
I think both guys felt like they had maxed out, but they had a little bit more room to go as they get near our camera pit. And was that Bob Tomaselli ducking out of the way? I don't think I've ever seen him do that. He kept control of the camera, but he ducks out of the way. Look at that.
So another chance for Cody Ross. Runner goes, the pitch is low, and Sirocco takes third base. So Red Sox running down 5 runs. Line to the left, a base hit for Ross. That'll plate Sirocco with the Red Sox 3rd run of the game. And it is 7-3 now. Pittsburgh on top. Cody Ross with his 2nd hit of the game.
Yeah, his swing looks awfully good right now. I mean, as we mentioned, you throw the ball inside to Cody Ross, and he's probably more than often than not going to put a good swing on the ball. That ball in up above the belt and takes it to left field for the base hit. So his night is done after driving in a run.
So Alex Hassan will pinch run at first base for Cody Ross, whose night is over. Batter is Ryan Lavarnway, pinch hitting for Kelly Shoppick. And he takes ball 1. It was impressive at the end of the year for the Red Sox. Certainly one of the highlights, one of the only highlights of September was watching Ryan Lavarnway get his first major league experience. He's pretty good at the plate. Very good minor league season. And Red Sox just trying to get him up to speed defensively as a catcher. And I think he'll begin the year in AAA with Pawtucket, but you never know. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises heading towards the roster in the beginning of the year.
I think you might be right, Don. You know, you've got a whole fresh new look of eyes on this ball club in Bobby Valentine, and I kind of agree with you. I don't think it's going to be some of the guys we expect.
I think coming down here, you had a real good feel, or at least I felt like I had a real good feel of who was going to be there and not. And then you listen to Bobby on a daily basis, and he's thinking differently, which is his prerogative. He is the manager. He gets to choose.
Well, he hasn't had a chance to sit down with you and discuss what your roster should be yet. But I'm sure he will before time comes.
I don't know that it will. I don't know.
After all, who knows better than you? I mean, you've seen every game.
Terry cared less about what I thought. Pitch inside, and the count is now 2-2. In fact, I think Terry did things the opposite just because I thought it should go the other way.
Did you ever get a response for him for just ripping him?
I got 5 texts from him yesterday, but apparently he did not hear that I had buried him the other night, which is good news because we're still friends. Towards third base. A little stutter step for Navarro. He throws across and retires Lavarnway. To end the inning, the Red Sox get a run. We played 6, 7-3 Pirates. Hockey East Championship game courtesy of Nesson. For your chance to win, follow Nesson on Twitter and send us a tweet including @Nesson and hashtag #WinNessonHockeyEast, or enter online at Nesson.com/Hockey East Championship. Hernandez leading it off here for the Pirates. Pins back out of the way. Will Inman back on the mound. Darnell McDonald now in right field for the Red Sox. Jason Repko in center. Alex Hassan around in left. Will Middlebrooks now at third base for the Red Sox. Pedro Sirocco at second base. Nate Spears at first. And Daniel Butler is now catching Will Inman. The pitch in, and Inman having trouble as he falls behind 3-0. Then Clay Buchholz's press conference will be coming up. He worked the first 3 innings of this game. Pitch inside, and there's ball 4 from Inman. Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. Lead runner on here for Pittsburgh in the 7th inning. And it brings up Jake Fox. We will have that press conference to play Buchholz's next half inning. So you want to stay with us. The bottom of the 7th.
Make sure you use that as a tease, Don, as we leave this inning. Get yourself right into the Buchholz press conference.
That's a strike on the breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Inman gave up a run in the 6th inning, walked a couple batters, now walked 3 since coming into the game. Going to the count to Jake Fox. Hernandez at first base. Nobody out here in the 7th. In the air to right field. Darnell McDonald headed back. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Fox retired. Nick Evans still in the game, the DH. 0 for 3 in the game. Is flied out, popped out, and grounded into a double play. How many bats in the spring training before you felt like you had your timing back?
There wasn't enough time.
No? April?
Couldn't. It's funny when you think back on it. You feel just so bad, the first few games you play, you feel like your timing's just way, way off. And then, you go through a stretch where things start to come together for you. And it always seems like you slump for about a week, as you get closer to the season. And what you want to do is be swinging the bat well going into the season. And then once the season starts, all of spring training is just completely forgotten. You know, it all matters on what you do on opening day.
Did you ever have a real hot one where you thought, this year I'm going to rip it up?
No, not really. No. I mean, you've had good time. Little steal here
Runner
again.
goes and ball gets away.
A lot of running tonight. A lot of running.
Hernandez this time stealing a base.
You have good times where, you know, if you feel good about yourself for spring training, but you also know it is a spring training game, and, you know, it doesn't mean anything. It only means something when they say play ball on opening day. Same thing for announcing. I mean, do you take your last game of spring training into the season with you?
No.
No, it's a fresh start. It's all brand new.
Like last year we were in Houston. Had a terrific game, I thought.
Right.
Houston was really good. And then against Texas opening day, and it wasn't so good. You know? Lost all my pacing, my timing. Everything was wrong. You know? So you never know. I mean, I had a great spring training last year.
I'd agree with you.
Really good.
I would agree with you. You had an excellent game, that final game, but you were a little bit off on opening day.
Texas just, wasn't there. It was like spring training didn't happen. All the great stuff I had done, really good stuff. And then you get there and it's time. It counts. And,
it could be opening day nerves.
Yeah, I guess, but this is chopped to third. Middlebrooks fires to first base for the out. 2 down as Hernandez takes third. Boston Red Sox spring training baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It's turned out to be an okay night after a rainy beginning. 15-minute delay to start with some rain in the first couple of innings. They're at JetBlue Park at Fenway South with 2 outs in the 7th inning. 7-3, Pittsburgh on top. Michael Navarro. And the Red Sox with a swing and a miss. He was stunned when he was traded from Mike Aviles to the Kansas City Royals. I'm trying to think where we were when that happened, but he had no idea that was coming.
I want to say Detroit.
I think you're right.
I think it was in Detroit.
One pitch, a breaking ball, and sends him ducking out of the way. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Bobby Grossman has come out on deck for the Pirates. Popped up foul, backing out of play off to the right. Foul down by the shoe tops of Navarro, and that hurt.
Yeah, right off the inside of the foot. It looked like that dropped Navarro right in the batter's box.
Two down here in the 7th inning. Our third base and Hernandez. Count of 1 and 2 coming up. Look out. Breaking ball. He fools Navarro with it, strikes him out. When we come back, Clay Buchholz's press conference from his start tonight, right after this. Start of the game tonight for the Red Sox. He went 3 innings and had 1 strikeout during his outing. He was able to strike out Brandon Boggs in the 2nd inning and talked to the media just a little while ago.
I felt better physically, actually. Pitches felt like they came out a lot crisper. Made 2 mistakes. Actually, the second one wasn't a mistake. It was just first pitch changeup, and he caught it. So I thought the first hit I gave up to Barnes was a really good pitch, and he just did a good job of hitting and left the pitch up to McCutcheon's first at bat. So. Well, he's hit me his whole career through the minor leagues and everything. So he's he's just a good quality player. I mean, that's why they signed him to the contract he just signed. He's a really good player. Yeah, I threw. That was probably the pitch I threw the most besides fastballs. It's felt good. That's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to go out and be able to throw changeups behind the count just to get a feel for it. And yeah, I threw a couple of really good ones that came out really nice. So that was good to feel that. Yeah, those were both 2-1 and 2-2, both changeups. It's not always there. There's times where you go out in the first inning and feel like you don't have any feel for it, and then you go back to it later in the game and it's there. It's just a pitch that I feel like I have to throw to complement the fastball and the other pitches that I have. It's always been a good pitch for me. No, I think they had it covered up pretty soon right after the rain started. So no, they just told me it was going to be about 10-15 minutes late to start. Oh yeah, No, I mean, that was the purpose of it, to either get him to almost call timeout and then be able to make a pitch, or get him to call timeout and, messing with the timing with him and the runner at first, too.
At the beginning of camp, you were talking about doing stuff to maintain.
It's been good, I hadn't had any lapses of any pain or days that I needed to take a light day or a day off. So that was definitely wasn't the case last year. Whenever everything started happening, and there was days that I felt like I wasn't able to do a whole lot, and I hadn't any of that. Yeah, well, I am, and I think it's also preventative work. There's other guys that are doing this stuff too, just to prevent injury, and yeah, I'll do it all year. Say it again. Yeah. No, I mean, that's a lot of torque and force going forward, and then being able to stop. It's, that was good. I think I got to start. I might be starting Tuesday for sure. Don't really know what I'm doing yet. Well, that's my goal. I don't think you can ever predict any injuries. Just like nobody wants to go out there and get hurt. But I've done everything in my power to keep it from happening. No, it's something that I don't really even think about whenever get here and stretch and do all the preventative work and everything. But after that, once I step out there and start running around, it's nothing that I'm thinking about trying to hold back. Tuesday, was it? It might be. I'm not sure. I think it's the Tampa game, but we talked about. We hadn't really confirmed anything yet, but we've talked about if I wanted to go there and pitch or do a controlled game here. Not really that. I mean, that's their decision. They hadn't really. Yeah.
Clay Buchholz tonight going the first 3 innings of the game. And Clay settling into spring training. Darnell McDonald with a blast. Up over everything in left field. The monster. And one of the guys being evaluated by Bobby Valentine as we speak. Bobby was talking about him before the game. One of the guys they're going to take a good long look at is Darno with a throw that is off the mark. It pulled Fox off the bag. So Villas will reach. Chase Darno we saw last year.
Take another look at the home run by Darnell McDonald. Cleared that left field wall with plenty. That ball down in the strike zone, down and in about knee high. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Darnell sign a 1-year contract today? With a number of other Red Sox, I believe.
A lot of guys signed today. Next runner at first base is Oscar Tejeda. Will Middlebrooks fouls a pitch off. Batting for the first time. Euclid tonight have been 1 for 3. As there is Tejeda pinch running at first. One of the best prospects in the Red Sox organization, listed as number 1 by Baseball America, Will Middlebrooks. This one sliced foul off to the right, and it's 0-2. Through the hole on the right side into right field, a base hit. Alita takes second base on the single for Middlebrooks. And the Red Sox making some noise here against Slayton in the 7th.
Well, that big hole between first and second, and Middlebrooks finding that hole on a ball that's way outside. Not trying to pull the ball, just going to the opposite field, picking up the base hit.
One out, two on. Pedro Sirocco. Pitch ran in the 6th inning for Dustin Pedroia. That's for the first time. And the catcher now headed out to talk to Slayton. Juan Carlos Linares has come out on deck. He would bat in David Ortiz's spot. Drop down the third baseline that will go foul.
That's a nice attempt here by Sirocco. You'd kind of like to see him swing away with that man at second base, but of course the Red Sox down by 4 runs, indeed base runners. And of course if that was successful, I would have brought the tying run to the plate.
Line to left. And a better result. One hops the wall. Tejeda's being stopped. The throw will go to third and he will be out. Larry Royster trying to stop him, and Tejeda threw the brakes on late and then couldn't get back. Runs into an out.
Didn't seem like he had a real good jump off second base. He kind of hesitated, and then once he rounds third base, he's going to get trapped. Throw comes into third base. Navarro's there, and Tejada is going to be tagged out going back to the back. So that's not a good thing down by 4 runs. See, when he picks up the coach, it looks like it might have been a little bit too late when he picked up Jerry Royster. It looked like he had crossed the bag already when he took a peek at the third base coach.
Here's Linares. A little bit of a scare as he re-injured the ankle that had him miss a lot of last year the other day, and he's okay and good to go. Checks into this game, batting for the first time here in the 7th inning. Bats in David Ortiz's spot. Shallow center off the end of the bat, and the catch made out there by Hernandez. So home run of the inning. Darnell McDonald clears everything in left. Red Sox trail 7-4 at the end of 7. into extra innings where the Red Sox earn a save. CBS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards their $25,000 donation this season. 7-4, Pittsburgh on top of Boston as we head to the 8th inning. Will Inman goes 2 innings and ends up giving up a run in those 2 innings, and the Red Sox move along to Michael Bowden. Numbers last year with Pawtucket, 41 games, was 3-3 with a 2.73. 61 Ks to 18 walks for Michael Bowden. Bowden is 25 now. He'll turn 26 in September. 14 games last year in Boston. No record with a 4.05 earned run average. Robbie Grossman batting here for the Pirates. Leads it off in the 8th. Bowden has seen time in Boston each of the last 4 years.
I was thinking about you last night, Don. We were down at a little restaurant down in Naples, and it happened to be karaoke night.
Yeah. Did you break into anything?
No, I did.
No.
I did not. But there were 3 guys who were just battling each other all night long to be the best singer,
and that made you think of me. Why?
Well, I thought that it was probably something you would partake in if you were down there. Yeah, it was quite a show. There was a gentleman there that had to be, I swear to God, 95 years old. This guy was up singing. He was dancing. He was asking everybody in the room to dance.
Now, do they? Okay, if they're dancing, was there a lot of hands? Is that why it reminded you of me? Maybe that's why. You know?
A lot of hands. A lot of hands up in the air.
Hands dancing.
It was quite a show. And then the professional came in. The professional guy was a sax player. And he's like almost a traveling act by himself. He works out of his own car. He brings in his own instruments. He has his own wardrobe in his car. And I guess he had something to do with Dolly Parton. He might have played sax on some of her. So he's a big star. He had his own CDs. And he was selling his CDs. And it was quite an interesting night down in Naples.
You were there quite a while.
Yeah, we had dinner, and we were having so much fun that we stayed around for another cocktail. And, we watched a little bit of it. It was
very nice.
Very good. I'm trying to make more of an effort to
be outside,
to get out a little bit more.
How's that going?
Not real well, but
it's getting.
It's a start. It's a start.
Fouled off to the right, not a play. I thought you were going to tell me you did it because you can sing.
No, I can't hit the high notes anymore. I used to be able to, but the high notes I can't hit. I can anything low's okay, but. When you get it up those, I can't get there. Can't get there anymore. And the place was packed. I mean, the place is about as big as this booth.
Packed.
I mean, jam packed. Thursday night, karaoke night.
In there for a strike, and it's 0-2. How late was this?
This was very late for me. It was.
I was going to say, was it before 9:30?
Karaoke actually went from 6 to 8. No, 6 to 9. And the main show, the big guy that came in, I don't know his name, but international superstar.
That was stuff in the car, Dolly Parton. And
he apologized. He was late. He came in about 10 after 8. So once he started, we left.
Okay.
We didn't stay for his act.
Popped up, foul off first base. Nate Spears racing over. He's got to play, and he can't make it.
There's been some trouble down near Bob Tomaselli tonight, and I think it's all his fault. There's been a couple of pop-ups down in his area. I think they're just afraid of the guy. Bob Tomaselli with us down here in Fort Myers. Here's how he covered it now. This is coming right at him. Whoa.
That was not good ball fall.
Whoa.
That was not good ball fall.
Wow, that could be a demotion.
One of the best cameramen in all the major leagues. And it's definitely spring training for everybody.
Yeah, we got Billy Titus down here. We got Bob Tomaselli. We got Marky Mark down here with us this year.
A lot of our crew making their way down here to Fort Myers.
And the wonderful Anita, because if we didn't have her, we'd have no idea who's in the game.
Ever.
In the game. We wouldn't know.
Popped up foul ground. And this will get out of play.
Guy's taking it to the house. Got a foul ball and he's going home.
What else is left?
Yeah, why stay?
You know, one of my favorite things to do during the regular season? Mike Narachi, our director, has a camera meeting first day in every series. I think it's at like 4 o'clock. I like to get there at about 3:50 and have my own camera meeting.
Yeah.
Just tell them shoot what they want.
Yeah.
You know, the guys, do what you want.
And your favorite line is, when in doubt, shoot
the booth. And he likes to be called Rune. That's my other thing I like to slip in there every now and again, which is Mike's nickname. Mike likes to be called Rune. 3-2 is popped up. All right, see if we get the ball. Tomaselli. Nate Spears does. We'll see if we get some good ball follow this time.
I bet there'll be better coverage on this one. Oh, yeah.
Much better.
Right on target. Right on target there, Bobby.
He's back. Small lapse, but we're okay. 2 outs here in the 8th. Well, those of you tuning in to see Nesson Daily right now, tonight after the game, it is coming up. Stay with us for Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Jamison Coyle, special guest in studio tonight. Bruins winger Milan Lucic will give us the latest on the Bruins, along with former Bruin Sean McEachran. Plus, Gronk is at it again. Find out the latest internet appearance for Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski. All coming up on Nesson Daily tonight after the game, only on Nesson.
What did the Gronk do now?
I don't know. It was fun to watch, though, wasn't he, during the season?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Shame they had to use him just pretty much as a decoy in the Super Bowl because of the ankle injury.
Three balls, 1 strike, 2 down here in the 8th. Michael Bowden's first inning of relief. Ground ball towards second. Sirocco, second base. We'll throw out Hernandez and end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 7-4 Pittsburgh. Back in action here at Fenway South as they host the Tampa Bay Rays. Daniel Barr and Alfredo Aceves are each slated to pitch 3 innings, and the Rays starter will be Wade Davis. Our live coverage begins at 7. We remind you, Red Sox Spring Training Baseball is presented by Southwest Airlines. It's on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Sweet Caroline wrapping up here at JetBlue Park. Pitcher on for the Pirates, Daniel McCutchen comes into the game now for Pittsburgh. McCutchen last year 73 games, 5-3, 3.72 earned run average. Repko leading it off for the Red Sox. Took over in center field. Swing and a miss. Repko down on strikes. Out number 1 of the 8th.
Slider that time from McCutchen to pick up the strikeout. Ball on the outside part of the plate, actually off the outside edge.
One down in the 8th. Brings up Alex Hatson. I was thinking about our visit last year to Pittsburgh. We were trying to leave, trying to beat the fireworks, cross the bridge, and we get stuck on the one side of the bridge and wouldn't let us over. Remember that? I'd watch the whole fireworks.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's right. They had it all barricaded.
Yes. We were first in line to get over once the gate opened.
Yeah.
And we were trying to put some pressure on the policeman.
We had a drunk guy right behind us, too. Remember that?
Yes.
And he was insisting
on going over the bridge.
And he was not allowed to do so.
No. There's Daniel Butler with 2 outs.
That's a pretty good side. That's a pretty good walk.
Yep.
From the ballpark back to the hotel.
A couple blocks plus the bridge. It was a great hotel.
I think it's more than a couple of blocks.
The bridge is not short either.
No.
But very pretty. Walk over and see.
I tell you, I was very impressed last year with that ballpark. That
Great
was
place.
It's a beautiful ballpark to watch a baseball game in.
Well, interleague this year, the Red Sox will be going to Miami. See their new ballpark this season. We're going back to Wrigley Field for the first time in a long time.
All I hope it's not as hot as it was last time.
Into center field for Butler, who's got a base hit. Knocked down by Hernandez, and Butler's on with 2 outs.
That might have been one of the hottest games that we've ever done from Wrigley Field. And we had one game that weekend, I believe.
One Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Greg Maddux against Bronson Arroyo. And you and I looked for a cab for a really long time.
That is not an easy place to get out of after a game. If I'm not mistaken, too, it was so hot, I think I was walking with my shirt off.
Your jacket off. I don't know about your shirt. That I would have remembered. Would have been arrested. Chicago's got like those decency rules. You know, you can't just take stuff off. I would have remembered if your shirt was off.
I thought I did.
No.
No.
That jacket off.
No, jacket definitely off.
Jacket,
yeah. I've actually done a game with my shirt off.
Not with me.
No, not with you.
Yes.
No. Bob Kurtz, I think it was a game over at the Minnesota complex.
Okay.
I mean, it was some kind of hot, and we were getting no breeze at all.
And you just started taking stuff off.
Just started to come off.
We'll be going to Port Charlotte next weekend. See the Rays new complex. I've not seen it, so I'm fouled off. We've been there many times when Texas was there, but it's been redone entirely.
Not a pleasant place to do a game when the Texas Rangers were there, but all brand new now.
Mm-hmm. That's the hottest I've ever been down here. Was that booth?
Yeah, that's that was a hot. Yeah, that's a hot one.
Chop to first. It is a foul ball.
Wish this guy get the pitcher. There you go. You got it? All set? There you go. Been up there for an inning.
Trying to get the right shot of you. He's trying to get the right.
No, both of us. He was trying to get us both together.
Oh, maybe that's the problem. I'm looking in one direction and you're somewhere else. Fouled off to the left, out of play. Nate Spears batting with 2 outs and a runner at first base and Daniel Butler. Throw over, and Butler kind of got stuck there for a second, but he does get back. Butler takes off the delayed steal, and he will be safe. Eluded the tag. We've seen a few of those from the Red Sox so far in spring training.
As I mentioned, the last game we had, Don, it really is a lost art in baseball, and it can be a very successful play, and especially for guys that don't run particularly well, because the infield and the catcher are not expecting that. Once again, it was executed very well. The 3 crow hop steps. Once the ball got by the hitter, that's when you take off. You hope to get the catcher sleeping and the middle infielders. And it's most successful with 2 outs when infielders are playing deep. We've seen now two or three of those in the games that we've had.
Remember Jason Varitek used to do it from time to time. Brian Daubach before him. Darnell McDonald waits on deck, had a home run in the 7th inning. Eleventh pitch of the at bat coming up here for Nate Spears. Hanging tough with 2 down in the 8th. Cutchin finally gets him to end the 8th inning. Through 8, 7-4 Pirates. NESN is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture, the official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Ace Ticket. And by New Balance, the official footwear and apparel sponsor of the Boston Red Sox. New Balance, let's make excellent happen. Welcome back to JetBlue Park as we get ready for the ninth inning. 7-4, Pirates on top of the Red Sox. And a new pitcher in for the Red Sox, Brandon Duckworth. 22 appearances with Pawtucket, was 8-6 with a 3.97 earned run average. He is 36 years old. And misses down and in, ball one. Broke into the big leagues in 2001 with the Philadelphia Phillies. Time with the Astros, the Royals. In fact, that was the last major league experience he had, 2008 with Kansas City. This one laced foul down the right field line. Polanco leading it off here for the Pirates in the ninth. A 15-minute rain delay to start tonight's game. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Duckworth able to strike out Polanco for the first out of the ninth inning.
Duckworth going with the breaking ball that time. The curveball to pick up the strikeout.
Now batting for the Pirates, number 3, Chase Garneau.
Chase Darno with one out in the ninth. There's a strike, 1-1. Fly ball to center field. Jason Repko's out there. And he'll make the catch. 2 down in the ninth. So 2-away. And here comes Hernandez. Walked in the 7th inning, stole a base, was left at third base. Big inning in this game for the Pirates was the 5th. They scored 4 times. Red Sox have chipped away with a run in the 4th, run in the 5th, run in the 6th, and in the 7th. To right, and Darnell McDonald makes the catch. It ends the inning. 1-2-3 9th. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Red Sox trailing by 3. By Sunlight Financial with Jameson Coyle. Special guest in studio tonight, winger Milan Lucic will give us the latest on the Bruins, along with former Bruins Sean McEachran. Plus, Gronk is at it again. Find out the latest internet appearance for Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski. It's all coming up on NESN Daily tonight after the game, only on NESN. Bottom of the ninth inning from JetBlue Park. It is 7-4 Pittsburgh on top of Boston. And a new pitcher on now. Tim Wood into the game for the Pirates. 13 appearances last year, 0-3 with a 5.63. Trouble with walks, 8 of them. Only 2 strikeouts last year. And he deals with Darnell McDonald, who homered in the 7th inning. 1 of 2 home runs tonight for Boston. David Ortiz had homered in the 4th inning. Seven runs, 10 hits, and an error for Pittsburgh. 4 runs, 11 hits. No errors for Boston. Center, and McDonald, another sharply hit ball out to the track and the wall. He will head into second base with a double. So a home run and a double and 2 at-bats for Darnell McDonald tonight. I mentioned 2 home runs tonight. David Ortiz able to get his second of the spring in the 4th inning. And then Darnell McDonald in the 7th inning. Over everything and left.
It's amazing what location of pitch, the difference it makes. I mean, he swung at a breaking ball. Darnell McDonald did that was a nasty one down and away, no contact. Then he gets a hanger out over the plate and picks up the double. A pretty good night for Darnell. The home run, the double.
Two and 1 to Tejeda. He shot an error in the 7th inning. Got a piece of him, but he takes ball 4 and heads down to first base. First 2. Oh no, it's only 3 and 1. Scoreboard was incorrect. Tejeda thought he had ball 4. Strike 3. And Tejeda's the first out of the ninth.
Well, you go from what you thought was a walk to a very quick strikeout. Not aware the count was making his way down to first base on the walk, and then all of a sudden gets this pitch and ends up having to go back to the dugout.
So 1 out and 1 on. And it brings up Will Middlebrooks. A single to right field in the 7th inning. Fouls went off to the right, not a play. Brooks fouls it off over by the Red Sox dugout. Ball and 2 strikes. 1 out in the 9th. In the dirt, and it's 2-2. Brooks finished last year in Pawtucket, last 16 games, and going to be headed back there again this year. Brooks this time striking out for the 2nd out of the 9th. Back-to-back Ks now for Tim Wood.
Well, the Red Sox have actually out-hit tonight the Pittsburgh Pirates 11-10, but trail on the scoreboard 7-4. That's that strikeout on a little slider, it looked like, from Wood. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 9th inning.
2 down for Pedro Sirocco. Played for these Pittsburgh Pirates for 2 years. 2010, 2011. 23 games in Pittsburgh last year, hitting at .303. And Clint Hurdle signed with the Red Sox, a minor league free agent, in December. To center field. Hernandez is there to make the catch, and the Pittsburgh Pirates hold on to win 7-4. So the Pirates come into JetBlue Park and beat the Red Sox 7-4. The final again. For Jerry Remy, I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Fenway South in Fort Myers, Florida. Join us again tomorrow night. Red Sox host the Tampa Bay Rays. Our live coverage begins at 7. It's been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. Coming up next on NESN Daily, presented by Sunlight Financial, here's Jamison Coyle.